Hey Libra, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your March 2024 monthly reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you're new. These are general readings. Please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Libra, your key themes for the month of March, you have creativity, education, and mending. Powerful combination here. Now, I'm getting right away, it's like you're transmuting some experience that you've gone through and you are turning it into something healthier or something creative, and that's actually going to help you mend a situation that had occurred in the past, or it could even be healing or mending something within yourself by taking a little bit of a creative approach instead of maybe drawing that energy internally and letting it maybe sit or fester or cause resentment or bitterness. You're coming up with new creative outlets. Now, education here, you've learned a lot and your mind is like a sponge. I feel like you want to learn about everything here, Libra. You want to learn about your craft. You want to learn about life, spirituality. There's a curiosity here that really fills your cup. And some of you could even be taking an online class. You could be an educator. You may be a wonderful teacher of some way, shape, or form, either in your personal life. Maybe you are teaching your children to be great role models themselves as well by going out into the world and being good, respectful humans. For others of you, I feel like you do inspire many people, and you also know a lot. People come to you because you do know a lot here, Libra. So you could even be putting out maybe a new course online yourself. Maybe you're coming up with some new sort of training or academy. This is about knowledge. Some of you could even be writing a memoir or writing a book. You may be signing up for a class or going back to school. I feel like you are the type of person who's constantly growing and evolving, not just through books, but through life experiences, through your relationships, through your career, through your interactions, through your spiritual journey, which we're all on a spiritual journey. But I feel like you are soaking up every piece of information because you don't want to miss anything. It would be like reading a book and skipping to the very end, right? Who wants to do that? No offense if some of you do that, but you'd miss all of the juicy tidbits of information in between. And I feel like you want to read every single word. You want it to soak in. And some of you may even find yourself at times, if you're getting distracted by life, it's like skimming over a page in a book. Sometimes you read the words, but you don't fully comprehend them because your mind is distracted. And then you have to go back and read that page over again. That's just like life. If you don't quite learn the lessons, or if there's too many distractions, I feel like you've gone over things here. And that actually helps you as a soul having this human experience mend. Now, the downside of that is we can overthink things to the point where we're driving ourselves crazy, right? I'm a Libra as well. But this is about forgiveness. March is a really beautiful month for release. It is also the astrological new year. It is the spring equinox, right? It's all about new beginnings. So I feel whatever you have been carrying, because we see the 10 of Wands in your reading here as well, whatever burdens you've been carrying, whatever has left you feeling like you were on overload or overdrive, Libra, that's what you're working on this month. Repairing, healing, maybe even therapy, coaching, mentoring. Maybe you're reading some self-help books, or you are connecting or talking to a trusted loved one or a professional. But this is also about psychic surgery. Some of you are healing through your dream state. We all heal while we sleep. That's one of the most important reasons why we sleep, right? But I feel like you are also getting extra energies coming through at this time to help you recover and heal. Some of you are cutting away things that no longer serve you. You've asked your guides, you've asked your spiritual team to help you heal quicker, whether it's from, financial recovery, a broken heart, or actual physical illness or surgery. There's something here being healed, and it feels like it's coming together. And I also see that you're receiving some sort of answers. Okay, there is going to be some sort of answers here for you. Now you also have creativity, beautiful energy. This is fiery, and towards the end of March we head into Aries season, and that is all about passion and desire, and it's intermingled with Pisces throughout the month as well. So Pisces is that dreamy, whimsical, emotional, intuitive energy partnered up with, Aries. That's a combination for beautiful creative endeavors. This is about inspiration, invention as well. And there's something on my finger there. Expression, imagination, and discovery. So I feel like a lot of you are discovering who you are on a deeper level. You're also discovering, they're showing me roots. It's like you're discovering maybe this is your ancestry or where you come from. You could be getting to the root of a problem, of a situation, of an ailment as well. Some of you could even be establishing new roots. Okay, I don't see any aces showing up, but we do have a couple of big major arcanas. And you could even be traveling in the month of March, Libra. But you're going to discover things about yourself. I feel like you could also find a new piece of work that is displayed. Maybe it's displayed on a wall. Maybe you go to an art gallery, or you go to a museum, or you go to a boutique or a shop. I feel like something catches your eye this month and you can't live without it, right? It's like you see this, you walk in, and it's almost as if you can hear the bells ringing and it glows, it lights up, and you're like, I have to have that. That was meant for me. So I don't know what that is specifically. It could be a crystal. It could be, anything that grabs your attention. And I feel like it brings a lot of inspiration to you as well. But I also feel if this is handmade, or if this is something that has a lot of energy put into it, you're going to feel it, because you pick up on energy, Libra, and you are shifting and altering something deep within you. And right away, as I was pulling these cards, by the way, Libra, this is the only reading I do where the cards are already laid out prior. Some people don't like that. I don't know why, if they think artificial intelligence is coming in here and laying the cards, or they think it's rigged of some way. That may be a trigger that one needs to look into if that is happening. But this is all about belief system, as we're talking about that, right? Subconsciously, the bottom of the deck, what's going on is you are taking a deep dive into your belief system. Now, because you have the King of Swords in your energy, which is your energy, right? It's the masculine part of you, which we all have masculine, we all have feminine. But when you have the King of Swords showing up with a belief system, this can be some cold, hard beliefs that we get really stuck in, right? We get really stuck in because sometimes they're ingrained within our cells, within our DNA, within our ancestral lineage from a very young age, or part of our bloodline coming into this world. So this can be any beliefs regarding family, regarding societal, regarding, anything that we've been conditioned to learn. I feel like you are altering, and that's not easy to do. I'm just going to tell you that. For those of you that, grew up believing a certain way, you know that it's not the easiest thing to reprogram your subconscious, to reprogram your belief system. But I feel like you're doing it, Libra. If anyone can do it here, you can, with this mending, with your learning, your brilliant mind. You use your mind for the betterment, and you've gone through a lot. You've gone through the flip side of things. And I feel like you are in a position here of power. And as I say that, there's the little fly that comes out from this plant. And whenever he comes out, it's almost like the message of distraction. Don't let something distract you, or don't let a limiting belief distract you from your purpose, because that limiting belief itself could be part of your purpose. It could be part of a karmic pattern that you are here to break. Now you have teamwork and you have finances at the bottom of the deck. Now I only pull typically the bottom three because this is about reprogramming. It's about taking a look at, your higher power, higher self, and really utilizing what you've learned, but not just from books, right? Not just from books, but experiences, and taking a look and see how that kind of works into your life, how that can empower you, right? Not disempower you, but empower you. And it may have to do with maybe reaching out, asking for help. Teamwork makes that dream work. This is about support, group efforts, team projects, helping hands coming together. Maybe it's beliefs around finances, around abundance. For some of you that have some strong Taurus placements in your chart, especially if you have Taurus as a north node like I do, you may want to check that out because Taurus is all about finances. And if it's a north or south node, that could be beneficial for you to really dive into this because I think that's going to be right up your alley. This is about investments. It's about new income sources, banks, payouts, savings, and fortune. So you're changing your belief system around that. And I feel like you're opening up to teamwork. Okay, whether maybe you've been going solo, doing something for quite some time, or you've been learning, taking a course or taking a class, but you've been taught certain ways, but you're also incorporating your own spiritual touch on things. This could be maybe that belief of going solo to creating a team, maybe adding more people to your team, or maybe you've been in a company or job for 20 years and you're like, I just want out. I want to change things up a little bit. Maybe I want to do things differently. So that's what's going on here. And like I said, I typically only take the bottom three, but I can't help but notice your fourth card, which is letting go. Letting go of the limiting beliefs that no longer serve you. So let's dive in here to the tarot. The first card out is the Queen of Cups, intuition. She's all about intuition. She's all about listening. I'm just going to kind of cover her up there. She's all about advice and she's very extremely intuitive. So some of you Librans out there, you could be highly intuitive. You could be a tarot reader. Maybe you are a nurse or a massage therapist. You may be in the healing or caring profession. You could even be in the beauty industry. I mean, these are all attributes of Libra anyway, so it's not new. But this is also Queen of Cups energy. She loves what she does and she is of service to others. And so I get that for you strongly here, where you're utilizing your intuition, you love what you do, or that's what you are shifting and reprogramming here. So when the Queen of Cups shows up, I feel like you have access to this portal of the heart, which we all do, right? We all have access there within us. We come from love. But sometimes, Libra, you may tend to shut down that portal at times, shut down or second guess your own intuition. That could be what you're mending and healing as well. Some of you could be taking classes on intuition, maybe on tarot. You could be recertifying yourself if you are in the health or wellness industry. But you're listening to your intuition and you're being guided to listen because, again, you can see the seashell there on the other side. You can see, and that's about listening. It's very watery. You can see here the crab there as well. So some of you may even have some strong water placements in your chart. Now, your next card out is the 10 of Pentacles, privilege. Privilege. This is like the Wall Street energy. It's leaving a legacy. It is money. It's family. It's home. It's job. It's career. Whatever you're doing here, Libra, if it's coming from a place of heart and you're trusting your intuition, you have the opportunity. If you're not in this 10 of Pentacles yet, that's what you are creatively heading towards, is privilege. And that's not something that I want you to shrug away from or hear that word and think, oh, that's egocentric, right? It's part of the material world. When the 10 of Pentacles shows up, it's stability. It's financial security. It is wealth, abundance, legacy, long-term goals. So whether this is your career, whether it's what you're learning here, whether you are a source of inspiration to many others. You may even help others through your teachings. You may help them heal or mend from their own stuff. I feel like you are some sort of a healer here, Libra, in some way, shape, or form. And this has the potential to grow into something quite brilliant. But it's interesting to note that there is a trellis here and something feels closed. So it's almost as if you haven't quite hit this yet, but you see that there's steps up there. You're well on your way is what I'm hearing. You are well on your way to the 10 of Pentacles. There could even be some sort of inheritance coming your way. Some of you are in the midst of building and creating this legacy where your name, Libra, when people think of Libra, many, many moons after you've gone home, right? You've crossed over, you went to the other side, you went to heaven, whatever you call it, people are still going to be talking about you or your work, whether that's in family, whether that's you leaving a legacy, which consists of your own children, right? I feel like you are making an impact here on the world. And even if you can't quite see it yet, I want you to feel it on a deep soul level. And if you can't feel it, it could be because your intuition is blocked. All right. So we have the Chariot showing up. We have two major arcanas that came out back to back here. And I love this. By the way, two new decks we're using here. So they're fresh energy. So I love being able to read intuitively with you. I'll link them in the description box below. But we do have the Chariot and we have the Temperance, card 14. And the Temperance is labeled by Karma in this deck. And this is powerful because I guess I've never quite looked at Temperance as karma, but it makes complete sense because it's about the duality here on earth. It's about balance. And Libra, you are the sign of duality. You are the sign of balance. That means that you've had your own karma. Everybody has karma. It's a universal law of cause and effect. What you put out there, you're going to receive, right? For every action, there's a reaction. But I feel like you've gone through maybe even a karmic experience that's been happening for quite some time with the Temperance, because the Temperance can be the card of patience. It is all about blending the energies here, and it's about compromise and moderation and self-control. It's being able to balance that fire and water, right, within you. And you may have went to extremes in your emotions as well at times, or in even your anger or your fiery elements, with it being Sagittarian. But I feel with this yin yang, you can see here the yin yang that she's holding up. It's like part of your life purpose was to be on both sides, right? To be the child, to be the maiden, to be the crone. It was to be on maybe the side of having money, the side of not having money. It's to experience the polarity here on earth. But whatever is happening here for you, if you've been going through something for quite some time, expect a turning point in your life with the Chariot showing up. I feel for a lot of you, you've been in the thick of some sort of mending, because you see here that she's coming out of the woods. I mean, yeah, we like to go get lost in the woods sometimes, right? But it's also nice to have that light. It's also nice to kind of be found in a way, or to find a clearing on the path. And that's exactly what she's doing. And so for a lot of you, if you've had to be patient with going through some sort of karmic lesson, karmic relationship, karmic energies in a career, and that may be why it's helpful for you to look at your north and south nodes, even if it's not Taurus, Scorpio, or Scorpio, Taurus, because they're always going to be the opposite. Some of you, it's Sagittarius, okay? For others of you, it's Cancer as well, and the opposite. So look into your north and south node. That can give you a lot of insight on your karma and your destiny. So basically, these two in a nutshell. I see here that there are brighter days ahead for you, Libra. And that's why you have creativity. And it is because you've put in the work. You've done a lot of learning. You've done a lot of evaluating and assessing. I really love this. I'm getting such a high energy reading here for you, where maybe some of you haven't tapped into that, or you haven't felt the potential of what's to come, or the power that you hold. But because you have the 10 of Pentacles here and you have the Chariot, there's a big turning point coming in. This could also represent travel. Okay, Chariot energy. Some of you, maybe it's a new vehicle. For others of you, it is about drive. It's direction. It's moving forward. Excuse me. Moving forward. And finding that turning point. Finding that, you know, that moment in life where you're coming out of the thick of things. And beyond is, you know, a field of beautiful poppies, and there's a trail and it's sunny. And even though there's mountains ahead, you're still ready to embrace this journey. And like we said about the book earlier, right? We wouldn't want to teleport ourselves from one forest to the mountain, right? It's the journey along the way. And see how sometimes we do want to teleport ourselves to a new, some of you could even have the gift of astral travel or teleporting. How awesome. If that's you, drop it below. But I do see here, you are literally, as I said, drop it below, dropping what burdens you've carried. Because I almost get that some of you got lost in the woods a little bit longer than you needed to, because you may have went in a circle. Okay, you may have went in a circle here. Maybe you were following some breadcrumbs. Maybe you didn't see the opening ahead because maybe you were looking back, or you were distracted, right? You were distracted with that fly. You were distracted and you didn't see the clearing that became available to you when it was there. And some of you may have went in a little bit of a circle, and that caused you to feel like you were on overload. But 10s are about endings, bringing a new beginning. So there is an ending to some sort of karmic experience, possibly with your ancestors, possibly like family heritage as well. Ancestral wounding or mending. Now, ancestors are helpful. Yes, we can take some big healing from our ancestors, regardless of how your life was growing up, but there's also a lot of good, and we fail to recognize that at times. But there's a big turning point coming in. And your final tarot card here is the King of Swords, power. Yeah, and that is something you hold quite strongly in this lifetime. Some of you, your gift, your healing gift with this Queen of Cups is to hold the light for other people to see their own karma. And sometimes that can be a heavy burden that you carry. But I feel because you've learned, because you're continuously learning, you're opening up to creative ways in doing so. So you don't have to maybe feel like you're on empathy overload, or feel, even at times, I mean, this King of Swords, he's intelligent. You are intelligent, male or female, does not matter. It's the masculine energy of action. And this is about experience, maturity, right? The King of Swords, he will share his knowledge. And I feel like that's where we're going here. You are meant to share your knowledge, share your gifts, share your power, because that's what empowers you. But you also have learned duality. It's almost as if you've mastered in a way, or you will continue mastering polarity and duality here on earth. But it's important to stay humble. Because you can have all the money in the world, and we all know that sometimes money changes a person. But I feel because you're staying in this Queen of Cups energy, you will be humbled. Some of you, you have taken on, again, a lot. And I feel like it actually shut you down. Some of you, you had to work through anger. You had to work through your aggression. You had to work through your emotions. You had to get in touch with who you were or who you are based on some of the conditions that you've gone through. And that's why that temperance angel is showing up here for you, because some of you had to learn to temper your emotions and to mend them. Instead of maybe flying off the handle, or instead of attracting, I mean, this could be a mirror effect as well. Maybe you've attracted hotheads. Maybe you've attracted people who may have been highly egoic, right? Maybe that was part of shining the light on other people's karma, including your own. But I'm getting the energy of feeling empowered. Emerald could mean something to you as well. green. I'm not quite sure what birthstone emerald is. Is that Virgo? But I definitely feel like you hold some sort of power. You are working towards, again, just feeling like you're in power. It gets such a bad rap, right? But power is about you embracing all that you are, right? Your own personal empowerment. It doesn't have to be a negative, right? You are able to teach. You are able to share your knowledge. This could also be someone who is in the legal system, justice, right? Maybe a correctional officer, a police officer, a lawyer, a judge, someone who wants to bring fairness and truth and justice to the world. Some of you may be a 9 life path number as well. That's the life path of humanitarianism. Some of you have some very strong calls for justice in some way, shape, or form. Now let's dive into career, wealth, abundance, money. You have the tree, which is always like my 10 of Pentacles energy, which we have here. And this is about financial growth. This is about things coming to fruition here for you, which we see, Libra. This is part of the turning point. So even if you haven't quite felt like this is coming full circle quite yet, that's what this turning point is about, because a lot of you have been stuck in some sort of cycle. This can be about abundance, maybe family business. It can be stability. Maybe some of you have an outdoors job, or you work with the resources of nature, maybe plant medicine, perhaps hemp or wellness products, or some sort of earth-based products, organic. I'm getting here something with greenery, okay? Maybe plant life, a marine life, animal life, something of that nature as well. So you have the tree, you have the light bulb. This is lucrative ideas, new income sources, feeling a new sense of inspiration. A lot of you are entrepreneurs, or you are heading in that direction. I mean, 10 of Pentacles can be corporate. So you could work in the corporate world. And if you are working in the corporate world, or if you are getting a new job in the corporate world, this could take you into retirement. This is creative as well. It's something that you love. And maybe it does bring justice to your life or others. Now, there is some sort of new beginning here, or a new beginning that you are continuing to build upon. And look at that. You actually have healthcare and insurance. Some of you are definitely in the healthcare with the Queen of Cups. This can be an insurance agent as well. Some of you may be looking into maybe purchasing or getting new quotes on insurance. Maybe it's medical, maybe it's car, maybe it's home. There's new opportunities coming in here. And I feel like there could be a golden opportunity as you see the golden eggs. This is about starting over here, Libra, saving up and compiling to your nest egg, compiling to grow your future riches. They're giving me a book here, Grow Rich, Think Rich, Grow Rich. I just see the words here, grow rich, but I believe there's another phrase that comes before it, like think rich, grow rich. Some of you could have read that book, or maybe it's a book that you see on your, maybe as you're scrolling through your Audible, right? That could be beneficial. But I see you adding to your resources, or finding some resources that can really benefit you and help you get to that 10 of Pentacles. All right, let's look at love. Now, Libra, some of you, there's unrequited love, and that may be why there's some sort of separation or some sort of mending. You've carried maybe a relationship for too long, even if it's physically been done with for quite some time. I do get here that there's not enough chemistry, or there's not enough attraction that holds you to a situation. And maybe that's part of the belief system. Maybe that's what you're letting go of. Maybe there was an extra party with the teamwork. Okay, maybe it had affected your finances here, or codependency could have been a part of it. But I do see that there's a turning point when it comes to love. You also have let your friends help you, and you have free yourself. Okay, so ask for and accept support from others. If you are in a relationship, because a lot of you already are married, or you have with this 10 of Pentacles, someone that you are in a high level of commitment with, maybe you have a home together, you have shared vehicles, maybe you're on their accounts. I feel like it's important to let go of any expectations to communicate more effectively. Some of you may be with someone who's very strict in their beliefs, and it may feel overpowering at times. I feel like there is a turning point here. Listen to your intuition. Some of you may even be freeing yourself from a situation that's outside of the relationship. And maybe this is letting your friends help you. So let's say you or your partner, there was stress outside of the relationship. Maybe it was due to finances. I feel like you could be letting friends or maybe professionals come in to help. Maybe it's a therapist. Maybe it's a tax advisor, a coach, a mentor, someone who can help you get out of some sort of a pickle. All right. Or I also see here more love, more passion, because when you have the Queen of Cups and you have the King of Swords, when they come together, it may feel like someone is shutting down emotions and the other person wants to give them, but then it feels like it's a heavy overload because someone may be putting in more energy than the other. That may be karma that both of you are meant to kind of work through if you want to have this higher level of commitment. All right, Libra, let's look at your soul's truth. What does your soul want you to know at this time? Am I getting enough rest to restore my energy and fully show up to my life? Hello, 10 of Wands, right? This says here, you are the asset. This body is your vehicle. Notice how your body is feeling, how much sleep you are getting, and what you can do to help your body rest. Today's soul action, Libra, take a bath, put on some lavender essential oil, go to bed ridiculously early, or give yourself a timeout today. Notice your body thanking you. Yeah, and that's kind of this Chariot energy and the 10 of Wands. If you're taking on too much, it's time to get creative and allow yourself just some downtime to rest. Okay, the more I give myself permission to rest, the more I can contribute. Yeah, if you give yourself that time to heal, to mend, to rest, to take a load off, right? Take a load off with that overload. You're carrying too much. I mean, you probably can. It strengthens you, but you don't have to all the time. Okay, don't let something get too heavy here where it exhausts you and it manifests in your body. And we said that earlier with maybe some sort of psychic surgery, repairing, therapy, forgiving, whatever this burden is, release. Are you focused, Libra, on what you want most? One reason so few of us achieve what we truly want is that we never direct our focus. We never concentrate our power. Most people dabble their way through life, never deciding to master anything in particular. That's why you have the education. You are the master of your own thoughts, right? Sometimes that King of Swords will show up as mastery because he's very knowledgeable. He's very educated. But don't just take that for, what you've learned. Again, in books, take the experiences as well and balance that with your own intuition, because what you focus on, Libra, grows. And today ask yourself, is my life a reflection of my values, of my belief system, or do I need to make adjustments? And it's time to prioritize. And lastly here, you have, what if it was easy? Some of you are like, Melissa, that's impossible. Or it just hasn't been easy. I don't even know what easy feels like. It doesn't have to be hard. Call in the universe, the stars, the angels, and all their powers. Find the solution. You have the book here, the book of life, right? That book can represent the book of life, the book of knowledge, the Akashic records. You have direct access to the collective mind, right? This says here, would you take the next step if it was easy? It's time to expect ease, call in grace, and receive guidance because Libra, you are supported. Today's soul action, list 10 possible ideals for your soul's current calling. Lean into ease. It's here. You just have to say yes to it. You're saying yes. I see that with this turning point. You are saying yes to a new path, a new journey, a new experience of the heart, one that is going to leave a legacy, one that is going to bring long-term growth. All right, now last but not least, this is a brand new deck. I absolutely love this deck. I did put it in the newsletter as well. For those of you who haven't signed up for the newsletter yet, you can find that link in the description box. It is the Wild Unknown Archetype by Kim Krans. There's two cards that kind of came out together for you, so I'm going to honor them both. But the first one here is the Vessel, and you also have here Gnosis? Gnosis? Is this kind of like Gnosticism? Okay, which is about education as well, and taking what you learn as it resonates to your soul, not believing in every single thing just because someone says that you should. So it kind of goes hand in hand with what we're talking about here. So we have the Vessel showing up for you. And when this shows up, let's just find it here in the guidebook. All right, the Vessel is all about the body. Ooh, okay. This is about the container and the cup. And we talked about the body here in your soul's truth. So this is about stability. When this is showing up in the upright, so you'll have to ask yourself, I mean, it did kind of show up. Both of these, I think, actually showed up more in the reverse because you're still mending. But like we just talked about polarities, we talked about you experiencing both sides of a situation here. This can be about stability, strength, and gracefulness. And when it's in the reverse, it can be trapped energy. It can feel like you're in a bubble of sorts, right? It says here, the Vessel may be the most powerful archetypal form on earth. It is everywhere. Cups hold liquid. Stoves hold fire. Our bodies hold organs. Our homes hold families. Through the simple act of separation, the Vessel protects what it contains. Nests protect the eggs. Saving accounts protect our earnings. Even the planets are contained within their circular orbit. When this card appears, it's time to assess what is being held together. Wow. And we actually have, right, the mending card, which says coming together. It's time to assess what is being held together and how. Is the Vessel too tight, too loose, broken, empty, full? Or perhaps there is no vessel at all and the contents spill in every direction. It is natural for structures to be formed and eventually fall apart. The Vessel has a life cycle that must be honored. Is it time for you to build, break, or repair? You must find out. Wow, Libra, I have goosebumps. That's a powerful one here. The Vessel. And it says the physical body is the most sacred vessel of all. It is the one in which you reside from your first breath to your last. It may need your attention. And again, more goosebumps here. So we're going to go back to your soul's truth, right? Are you getting enough rest to show up? This could be your sleep. This could be mental health, physical health, some sort of surgery, mending, repairing, therapy, forgiveness. Whatever this is for you, pay attention. As it says here, the mentor and the healer must pay particular attention to this archetypal form. Healing cannot be sustained without a strong container. Okay, yeah, you're being guided here to take a look at your vessel like it says. Is it too tight, too loose, broken, empty, full? Or is there a vessel holding something? So that's powerful because that is the key, Libra, to your Ten of Pentacles. That's the key to your Ten of Pentacles. That's the key to this turning point. All right, next up here we have Gnosis. If I'm butchering that, don't yell at me in the comments. Let's take a look here. All right, this card is all about innermost knowing, mystic truths. Yeah, when you think of like Gnosticism. This is contemplating the mystery, unanswerable questions. It's over intellectualizing. That can be the King of Swords sometimes. I mean, yes, he's a king, but sometimes he can get really stuck in his belief systems as well. Especially if he's in reverse, he can over intellectualize and literalize, asking others as well. This is about your truth. This is your truth, Libra, not the truths that were told to you, okay? Not the conditioning that was part of your human experience, right? It's what you do with that. What are you doing with that? This says here, true knowledge is not found in facts and figures in scholarly books or library shelves. And that's that book energy that we talked about, education. Rather, Gnosis points to the deep and timeless archetypal wisdom that rises from the felt experience, the Queen of Cups, of having touched the unknown with every one of the senses. Those who are drawn to Gnosis find themselves in esoteric studies, like involving mysticism, alchemy, healing, or perhaps science. Knowing is their calling. Libra, we said that for you. Knowing is your calling. Not knowing is their job description. No matter how far the alchemists take their studies, they come to the ultimate conclusion that facts slip toward mystery, and soon the mystery results in facts. This card signifies a knowing that is life-changing. Once you experience it, you are forever changed and become a guardian of Gnosis. The eternal mystery is calling you. Study your passion in the deepest way available to you. I have full-on body goosebumps here, Libra. Literally here, it says, study it. They come to the ultimate conclusion, right? This card signifies that a knowing that is life-changing. And we talked about that with the King of Swords and the belief system. No, this is a brand new deck. I haven't even had, I haven't had time to read the descriptions. I do that here with you, but this goes hand in hand with what we talked about. There's some sort of knowing here that is going to change and alter your life for the better. Oh, wow. This is a big turning point. Those who say they know, don't know. Don't. Those who say they know, don't. And those who say they don't know, know. That is power. I'm going to read that to you one more time. Those who say they don't know. Oh, wow. That's a tongue twister, Libra. Those who say they know, don't. And those who say they don't know, know. Right? That's personal power here. This card relates to the riddle and the shapeshifter, and that was kind of like a riddle, wasn't it? All concern themselves with revealing mystic truths. Yeah, there's some sort of mystic truth coming in here for you, and this is definitely part of your path. I mean, yes, this reading is so much bigger than the month of March 2024. This kind of goes into your life path, right? This is part of not just 2024, but retirement and beyond, kind of the rest of your time here on Earth. So 2 cards here. That is what I have for you, Libra. I really enjoyed this reading. If you did as well, please hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, comment if you haven't already. Thank you so very much for your love, for your support, and your generosity. Till next time.